new week, and at the end of last week, these guys were so busy that I didn't catch them putting down these decking boards. But let me show you what they have accomplished and what we're working on now. Right, so the guys have been so busy at work. The last you saw, we were finishing up framing. We were waiting for the inspector to come. Inspector improved everything, and they got to work quickly putting down this decking board. So the deck is back down, looks great. Now we are turning our attention to these columns. So we have cut the two pieces that are going to go under each one. We're doing a double base. If you remember, there was one square base and a round base. We're doing away with that round. We're doing a double square base, which I think will look really nice. So we're going to work on that, and then we are going to get all these columns in place, and then we can get rid of our temporary jacks. Alright, so they are cutting a little bit of length and a little bit of rot off the bottom of those posts or columns, and then making room for that double base plate. You can see we're still jacked up just a little bit with our bottle jack. Cleaning it up. We're still jacked up here with our bottle jack. Taking just a little bit of that load off so that we can get these in there. Jack it up a little bit more, make it a little easier. There we go. We're going to get it just in the right spot. Oh, we got a little bit more that needs to be cleaned up. They work on the tiniest little details. I'll show you. This one is already completed. It is sitting on those double bases. It's attached at the top. We've still got these jacks. We're going to leave all the jacks in place other than our bottle jacks until we are completely done with all of them. But you can see it's a nice clean look. By building up that base a little bit, we could cut that little bit of rot off the bottom. So that's what we're going to keep doing. One down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 8 more to go. You guys know this is an old house. Nothing's level, nothing's plumb. But we're trying to get these columns straight. And we had the one in the middle completely straight, and then it made the ones on the left and the right look terrible. So now we've wiggled them just a little bit, and now we have the middle one and the one on the right pretty close to level. But this one on the end is still real crooked. I'll get over here where you can see. This one is still kicked out at the bottom. So what we're gonna do is, we were hoping to not remove any of these handrails, but we're gonna have to cut this handrail right here. I don't know if you can see, we've kind of traced where we're gonna cut it, cut a sliver of it out so that this column can move that way just a little bit. We're in that area where you can't get anything level. If you get one thing level, it makes something else look super unlevel. So we're gonna try to make everything look as plumb as possible. Stay tuned. Right, we now have 2 in place. I know we started with the mid, or the one on the end, so you would think we have 3 in place, but we've actually loosened this one up because we've got to cut it. So we've gotten these 2 good. They are attached. The bottle jacks down. And now we're working on this last one up against the wall. We found a happy medium of fairly plumb. All right, so we have completed these. All 4 of these are set. They look amazing. The guys did a great job. You can see they've added a little 1x under that handrail to give that handrail a little bit of stability. And they've moved on. They're working on this one. So hopefully these are a little less crooked than the ones on the other side. So I think early on we talked about these pickets. The pickets in this section right here are newer and a little bit smaller than the rest. You see we took those pickets out. That's because there were some that were just so deteriorated over here, we couldn't use them. So we need 5 pickets over here. So what we decided to do was take those out and rob them, put them over here on this other section, and then we'll make new pickets to go here, so all the new ones are grouped together instead of having like a random new one stuck here and there and everywhere. They have finished putting these cross pieces. Look really nice. We got to do one along the bottom. We're getting really close. All the posts have been set. One thing we have left to do is a little trim piece all along where the decking boards meet the siding. So we've got to rip something down for there. We've got to obviously fill in these and make some new pickets, but we're getting very, very close. We'll head down here and I'll show you kind of from the street view how it's looking. Well, can't really see for the bushes. But it's looking really nice. So we're gonna wrap up for the end of the day. I think we have one more good day's work. We have a ton of materials to return, which is usually the case, which is always good. It's always good to have extra that you can return. So we'll be back here tomorrow. Stay tuned. Good morning, y'all. We are back for what will hopefully be the last day on this job. We think we're gonna get it finished today. So let me show you what we're working on. So Jesus is making a little sliver of wood, all different sizes, from over 2 inches to 1/2 inch. And he's filling that little sliver in. I think you can see it here too. So that we have something, we're gonna do a 1x trim piece, but we have something to nail that to. So he is working on building that all the way around. Meanwhile, Gio has been filling in the missing pickets. So we are all in good shape here. We have them over here. The ones that were missing have been filled in over here. And Jesus has actually already ripped the new ones. They're gonna go in that section over there. So Jesus is working on this piece that's gonna go under the door and either side of the door. So he measured here. He's gonna notch, so it's gonna be one continuous board. He's gonna notch down to go under that door threshold, and then it'll continue on. So it'll be one continuous piece all the way instead of a little patch here and then a piece and then a seam here. One piece. So that's the piece with the notch. Let's go watch him, see if it fits. So far so good. It's just taking a little bit of tapping and that piece is going right in place. We're gonna nail it up and move on. So now I'm doing one of the more glamorous parts of the job, which is I'm at the dump. And if you could only smell just how terrible it is. Let's get rid of some lumber. Okay, so I'm leaving the dump. I got it all unloaded. There wasn't a ton, it was just scrap wood. A lot of treated wood, so we didn't want to keep it. We just chunked it, little pieces. Y'all, it is a special kind of stink. It is a special kind of stink at the dump, but it's done. I'm headed back. We're gonna pick up some materials to go back to Lowe's, and then we're really, really close. By the end of the day, we will be finished with this project. This project that was supposed to be a 3-day project, and then by the time you factored in a hurricane and waiting for a building inspector and all the rot that we found, gosh, it's been close to a month. It hasn't been that many working days, but it's been a long time since we started. So I'll be back, hopefully without this stink. Right, we are finished. We are obviously not painting and staining and caulking and all of that. There's another crew coming in to do that, but we have a nice solid deck. We have no more rot. The columns are in place. All the pickets are the same length. We've got our new pickets and the mid-age pickets and the old pickets. We're all done. Great solid porch for the homeowners to enjoy. All right, so that's a wrap. As I said before, it was supposed to be a quick 3-day project. It took a lot longer than that, but it's done. The homeowners can get it painted, get the deck stained, and get all of their furniture back on the porch so that they can start enjoying it. So I'm Kasey Stone with Clerestory Design. I hope you'll be back soon too.